Today, we will consider and pass an organizing resolution that will structure the first phase of the trial. This initial step will offer an early signal to our country. Can the Senate still serve our founding purpose? Can we still put fairness, even-handedness, and historical precedent ahead of the partisan passions of the day?
The Senate will proceed to the impeachment trial of President Donald John Trump for committing high crimes and misdemeanors. President Trump is accused of coercing a foreign leader into interfering in our elections to benefit himself and then doing everything in his power to cover it up. It's hard to imagine a greater subversion of our democracy than for powers outside our borders to determine the elections from within. The McConnell rules seem to be designed by President Trump for President Trump. It asks the Senate to rush through as fast as possible and makes getting evidence as hard as possible. It could force presentations to take place at 2 or 3 in the morning so the American people won't see them. In short, the McConnell resolution will result in a rushed trial with little evidence in the dark of night.
Astonishingly, the President's trial brief filed yesterday contends that even if this conduct is proved, that there is nothing that the House or this Senate may do about it. It is the President's apparent belief that under Article 2 he can do anything he wants, no matter how corrupt, outfitted in gaudy legal clothing. And yet, when the founders wrote the impeachment clause, they had precisely this type of misconduct in mind. Conduct that abuses the power of his office for personal benefit, that undermines our national security, that invites foreign interference in our democratic process of an election. It is the trifecta of constitutional misconduct justifying impeachment.
A couple of additional points. It's very difficult to sit there and listen to Mr. Schiff tell the tale that he just told. Let's remember how we all got here. They made false allegations about a telephone call. The President of the United States declassified that telephone call and released it to the public. How's that for transparency?
I make a motion to table the amendment and ask for the ayes and nays.
The clerk will call the roll.
Mr. Alexander.
Aye.
Ms. Baldwin. Mr. Barrasso.
The yeas are 53 and the nays are 47. The amendment is tabled.
Let the President make his case. We're ready to get this started.
If it's just we're here arguing for documents, well, they can say, well, that's really not that important, right? It's just some generic thing. But when you learn, as you have learned today and tonight, what those documents are, when you see the efforts to conceal those Freedom of Information Act emails, wow, surprise? It's incriminating information they have redacted out. That is not supposed to be the basis for redaction under the Freedom of Information Act. That's what we call a cover-up.